Hope everybody's having a good day. Another Jujutsu Kaisen video for you guys, and I want to talk about the main antagonist, at least thus far, of Jujutsu Kaisen, Ryomen Sukuna, the King of Curses, also known as the King of Poison, unapologetically evil, acts on his own whims, and this dude is strong as all hell. He's pretty awesome. Now, I say all that to tell you that as of right now, I'm not particularly that interested in him as of what he's done so far. I think there's a lot of intrigue, and moving forward, I think he has so much potential to be really great. But I want to talk about the things that I do think make him interesting and how he's subverted some tropes and expectations, at least to me, because I would consider myself a veteran manga reader. So a lot of times with this series, I expected very generic battle shonen stuff to happen, and Gege has kind of played on those expectations. So let's hop in and talk about it. Y'all talking time just tick away. You ain't clocking hours on the day. All that watch is stopping what you claim. Dollar crosses Ryogami name. Hoping God just get me out this game. I want to commence by talking about the fact that Yuji, Itadori, and Sukuna share the same body. And we've seen many instances with like a host and some type of parasite or demon, spirit, what have you, kind of invading or purposely being inserted into that character, and they have to share the body. And I always find that they end up becoming friends or working together to some degree. And what I can appreciate about this story is I don't think under any circumstance Yuji and Sukuna will ever get along. It's not going to happen. The only situation that I can see Sukuna really stepping in to quote unquote help is to serve his own self-interest, especially if it's related to Megumi, which we'll get to later on in the video. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because, like I said, I've read a lot of battle shonen, dude. So I really don't expect much a lot of the time, and Gege has actually really surprised me with this dynamic here. It's not a generic host parasite type symbiote relationship, which I can appreciate. Even willing to let Yuji die, he just really does not care about this dude, to the point where I'm certain that he feels trapped more than anything inside this guy's body. He's extremely regal, condescending, motivated by nothing but his own self-interest. But what's really cool about it is he's kind of what I like to call a looming villain, where he's more so in the background, more so than he's in the forefront. You could never forget his presence though, simply due to the fact that Yuji has taken on a little bit of his characteristics from the eyes, having the second and third eyes kind of slanted and closed, and the fact that Yuji's not particularly talented as a Jutsu sorcerer, and anytime he was in trouble kind of early on, he did the thing that I thought he would do, which he would call upon Sukuna's help. But Sukuna has completely refused to help him on occasions, even mocking him in unison with Mahito. And I think that's dope. Why do I think that's dope? I really thought we would see Sukuna almost every other chapter, or there would be a lot of introspection where Yuji looks inside himself and he talks to him very often. Sukuna's actually used pretty sparingly. He pops up kind of randomly on a whim because it's very in line with his character. He just kind of does when he wants, and he looks down on literally everybody. While often out of control, he's ever present. His threat is always there because he can just kind of throw any planned situation into complete chaos and out of sync by just kind of inserting himself because he saw something that slightly piqued his interest, or maybe the one thing he's interested in is possibly in danger. He was so willing to kind of go this far from Megumi that he was willing to make a binding vow with Itadori, that he even to the point where he's like, yo, I won't hurt anyone in the minute that I take control of the body. So while I think Sukuna is very cool, raw, powerful, he's like menacingly mustache twirling evil, which I appreciate. I don't constantly need villains that are redeeming or have these intricate reasons for being the way they are, or it's like, you should understand the world did this to me. Like I love that he's just kind of like maniacally evil. But the one thing that really makes me kind of interested in him is his interest in Megumi. And I'm like, why is he so interested in this guy? Like, I understand he has massive potential. He's going to be really strong. But there's something more here. Like, there's something very interesting here. And I'm going to do something that I don't really do. I actually shouldn't be doing this for Jujutsu Kaisen because I'm no means an expert on the series. But I'm kind of going to theorize something here. Because
I feel like I kind of have an idea what's going on. So this dude's got a lot of mystery and intrigue. We don't know his backstory, his motivations, how he was 1,000 years plus as the king of curses, how he got taken down. There's a lot to get to. And I just hope that when we get it, it's dope, it's awesome, it's interesting, but it's not like sympathetic, trying to make me feel bad for him. But I've heard Gege in an interview apparently said that that's not going to be the case. So that's dope. I don't think it's as simple as, oh, I think that Megumi is strong and could give me a challenge, because if that's what he wanted, he would fight Gojo. He would maybe fight like a Hikari type. I want to say Geto and people like that, but you know what I mean? Like, there's strong sorcerers alive, even though we're not in the age of sorcery or sorcerers. So I don't think it's like a I want a challenge type beat. I don't think he cares about any of that. I think he loves being the dominant force in the world, constantly, you know, bending people to his whim, his will, and basically keeping his foot on their necks. Now, we've seen him copy Jogo's ability of the flame, saying, let's try using your specialty, which means to some degree, he's so powerful and talented that he can kind of copy abilities. Does he want to use Megumi's ability? I don't think it's that simple, because he was talking about using the talisman over the shadows and saying that, you know, one was more practical than the other. The idea that I got was, he very much enjoys being in the flesh, in a human body, but I think he feels trapped in Itadori's body, because at the end of the day, no matter how many fingers he eats, Yuji's in control. Yuji can just straight up control the body. It's his body. So I do think he wants to get out of there. I don't think he necessarily wants to be in Megumi's body, but with Megumi's full potential unlocked and Shikigami ability, could he create something that is akin to his regular old body flesh, or something even more powerful? And then through that, he can actually maybe leverage him to remove him from Itadori's body, to save him, put him in that Shikigami, and then he is free. Like, the fact that he completely turned down Jogo's, like, no, I have my own plan, tells me that he has something in the works to completely separate himself from Yuji, and Megumi is the catalyst for this. But he needs him to develop, and he needs him to not die, to the point where he said, I'll kill every human in Shibuya -1. But that all being said, as of right now, he's not one of my favorite characters in the series. I do like him when he shows up. I do think he's cool and he's raw, and I enjoy his presence. He's really dope. He kind of has this evil charisma that I can appreciate, a la Dio, a la Doflamingo, but I'm just not fully invested yet. But I do think whatever it is he wants with Megumi is going to be the key to get me to be like, okay, yeah, he's the one. He has, you know, extremely high potential for being a super top tier villain, because as far as I'm concerned right now, Mahito is the king of antagonists within this narrative. But let me know what you guys think about this. Sorry if I rambled, but this kind of just came to me randomly. I was just thinking about it, and I just had to make a video. I probably should have looked up some more stuff and researched it. But yeah, like, subscribe, hit the bell of dawn to get notified. You know, noties out, and yeah, I'm gonna be out. You're
in my drugs, pour it in my cup, sitting in my darkness with my ghouls, we pouring up. I don't really give a fuck, I don't really have a say. You tell me that I suck, I tell you get up out my face. You got tears in your eyes, looking like a fool.